Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Vechain update. I'm really excited to be making this video because it was just 4 days ago I was posting that I'm loading up on my Vechain bags, and yeah, today we're up something like 12%. That's okay. It's nothing obviously in crypto, but I mean it's really exciting, right? So I'm going to share with you all those things that we're seeing on the price at long term and even in the immediate short term. But before I get into today's content, I just want to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for Vechain updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so really, because I do TA on Vechain on a regular basis. And without me running my mouth too much, let's actually get into the real stuff. So as you can see here with the Vechain price chart on a daily time frame, we have got two major lines of support here, the first one on top and the second one below, right? If you remember back then in September, we're looking at these levels of support, saying that we would get supported right here. Although if we wouldn't get supported, it would be really been terrible for the Vechain price, because we would fall down further 50%, and that would really be bad, right? But maybe for someone who was going to dollar cost average into Vechain, it would have been perfect for them. But luckily we got supported right here, and as you can see, we were monitoring this falling wedge, which we are still monitoring until today, but we have broken out already, and now it's just a matter of time before we reach our price target. This is so bullish because like naturally falling wedges are bullish. They've got a 66% success rate to go ahead and reach the price target. That's really crazy, right? But what I wanted to do into this video, I wanted to divide the video into two, right? I want to talk about the bearish case scenario, but don't skip the bearish scenario just yet, because I said it's bearish, right? It's actually very bullish in a way. So let's go ahead and look at the price target for this falling wedge first, right? So the falling wedge, usually, I mean, it's something like the top of the wedge. That's the technical price target. That's something like 17 to 18 cents for the Vechain price chart. Looking at where we are right here, I think that will be something like let's go ahead and do that. That's something like a 5x or something like that. That's okay, but I mean it's a little bit late already, because we're anticipating this before it even broke out, right? So we're buying from the very lows of the support right here up to where we want to get with the price. So that was something like a 10x. That's pretty good. Not a big deal obviously, but I mean it's a big deal in my opinion. 10x is not small, right? Let's go ahead and check our favorite retracement level and see where it's taking us right here. So from the very top to the very bottom where we got supported here is something like a 0.61 favorite retracement level. That's exactly at 18 cents. So yeah, I mean our price target for the falling wedge has got confluence with our favorite retracement level. That's actually very good. And as you may know, the 0.618 favorite retracement level is really common in crypto for a retracement. Actually, that's something like almost a magnet, right, in crypto. So yeah, I mean obviously nothing is a guarantee, but looking at and seeing confluence like this is something that is really optimistic for me here on the Vechain price chart. So we want to take a look at the price chart from a bearish perspective right here, right? So I want you to pay attention, because I mean it might get a little bit technical, but not really technical here. So we're looking at some elite wave counts right here from the very top, and my current perspective is we have come down in a 1, 2, this would be your wave 3 right here, this is your wave 4, and then finally this is your wave 5 right here. So let me go ahead and delete the lines that we have on the falling wedge so that you can have a clear picture. Right, so these are the 5 waves to the downside right here. So what usually follow is something like an ABC correction, and this is where it might actually be bullish for the Vechain price at in the immediate short term. So after you have got this 5 waves to the downside right here, you've got your A, you've got your B wave, and you've got your C wave forming up at, I don't know where it's going to go obviously, but if you point a gun at me and tell me to guess like one level, it would go out, say the 0.618 Fib retracement level, right? Now let's quickly investigate these 5 waves to the downside and see if they're even legit, right, before we get too much excited right here. Let me go ahead and do this. So the general picture, as I've already highlighted, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside, but as you may know that we may have some smaller waves inside of bigger waves, right? So I want to investigate those ones and see if this thing is even valid, right? So let's go ahead and do this. So this would be your wave 1, this would be your wave 2, your wave 3, then 5 waves to the downside right here, right? So you've got 5 waves to the downside, that's okay. And then what you're looking for is the second wave forming up in form of an ABC correction. Let's see if we have that here. So that's your A, that's your B, that's your C leg there. That's good. Now we're also looking for 5 impulse waves to the downside again for our third wave right here. Those your 1, that's your wave 2, that's your 3, this is your 4, this is your 5. We are still good right at this moment, and this one is actually looking much more beautiful than the other one. So your ABC correction goes like 1 2 3. This is your fourth wave, and then it gets a little bit tricky for the fifth wave. But as you may know, like these Elliott wave counts, they are really subjective, right? You may see what you want to see, but you know, I try my best, you know, to stay objective. So let's say this is your wave 1, this is your wave 2, that's your wave 3 here, and then this is your wave 4 there, right? You can also see that your wave 4 isn't really getting beyond the third wave right here, right? So you then finally get into your fifth wave and you hit the bottom here for the Vechain price. That's really good. Now what we are looking for is obviously the ABC correction I was talking about, and that will also come in from, you know, often 1 2 3 4 5 to the upside, ABC 1 2 3 4 5 to the upside. And the common level that we usually retrace to in crypto is something like the 0.618 retracement level. I would have shown you some prices like the Neo price set, the Tron price set, and all those, you know, legacy coins that are there. You can see the structure that I'm talking about here of the price that is tracing to those levels, right? So if the bearish case scenario is actually bullish in a way, right, where does it get bearish? So usually if you would go ahead and form your ABC correction right here, you would now have something like another 5 impulse wave to the downside right here. So that would spell that maybe in the future the Vechain price that could go ahead and break this support that we left right here, and even come and revisit this major support line that we have right here. I don't know how long that may take, but it's something that is also possible. This is why I was saying this is the bearish case scenario, because you can see that in the years to come maybe the Vechain price that would really not get into an all-time high. But this is just for the bearish scenario, right? Now I also have got my doubts, obviously, because as you can tell right here, your wave 1, your wave 2, this your wave 3 right here is kind of looking like it's the shortest wave of wave 1, wave 3 and wave 5 there, but we would have to investigate that in a later video. So now that we have looked at the bearish case scenario, let's quickly look at the bullish case scenario, because it's the one that has me really excited. Now you can see that on the Vechain price that there's something that I drew here, right? I drew this I think 2 months or 3 months ago, I don't even remember, right? Why? Because I was anticipating the Vechain price to come up out of this spring right here and come back, break this resistance that you see here, and finally you have a back test, right? So this back test would have been something like this. Let me quickly move this right here, so something like this to back test. Now where did I get all that idea from, right? So let me quickly show you the fractal that we have down below here. The fractal that we have down below here is a fractal that we took from the Cardano price set, right? And you can see that it's almost 1:1 with what the Vechain price set is doing. Even the falling structure was almost the same thing right here, so a lot of similarities there. It's also something like a Wyckoff accumulation structure where you've got your preliminary support right here, your selling climax, you know, your auto rally, you back test, your secondary test, your creek into your spring there, and then finally we're trying to break above that level, right? So that's really good. Now let me quickly show you how it happened on the Cardano price set. So this was back then in 2018, and this is your preliminary support right here, your selling climax or automatic rally, secondary test, you know, creek spring, all those things, and you can see, you know, the back test I was trying to show. So where we are sitting with the Vechain price that is somewhere right around here, we have actually gone back to the resistance level here, and this is, you know, the most important. This is a decision moment for the Vechain price that, in my own opinion, and the moment we get above this level, I don't think we will see Vechain coming down again. And let me quickly show you what the moving averages were like for this price set here. So the moment that the moving averages, I'm talking about the 200 and the 100 daily moving averages, when they crossed here, it was also like the official beginning of the party. So let's quickly go back to our Vechain price set and check what those moving averages are looking like. We haven't quite gotten the cross that we want, but it seems like it's getting closer and closer. You can see that, yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that. And yeah, we may play out a little bit, maybe for, you know, a week or something like that, but eventually when we break above this level, you know, the party will begin for the Vechain price set. Now why is this one much more optimistic? Because as you had already seen from the Cardano price set, this led into new all-time high. Now new all-time high for the Vechain price set is actually something that you know, would be really great. I mean, who wouldn't want new all-time high? Let's quickly go back to the, you know, Vechain price set and just try to see, you know, what kind of you know, how much of gains can we be expecting if we would go back to revisit all-time high. That's something like here, let's go ahead and do that. That's something like, you know, yeah, 8x. it's good in my opinion, not the best maybe, but it's actually very, very good. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me, from the longer time from perspective. Obviously I have no idea of knowing when this is going to take place, but all I can do is look at structures and try to figure out what's going to be the next move that these structures can do. So I'm patient with my Vechain investment. I mean, it's going to take years, obviously, I'm sure about that, but it's not a big deal for me. It's all good. Patience. But this is just my own opinion. I wouldn't invite you or encourage you to take this as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you like the video, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll get to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.